Good morning or good night to all of you viewers. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a camera system that can zoom and it will smoothly move towards the character and also track your mouse and move slightly towards that. So this will be a beginner-ish tutorial. I will say I'll try to teach you step-by-step on what to do for this camera system and kind of explain a couple of the functions that we'll be using as well. So the first thing, we want to load up our Gamemaker project, and we're going to create a new object. We create that, and then name this O camera, and we're not going to do any sprite for this. What we're going to do is add a create event. So this runs once every time it is created, and we're going to set the camera width to equal, in my case, let's do 480, and this is going to be the pixel width, and then camera height equals 270, I believe. 480, 270, it's a 16:9 ratio, and then if you go to your room here, I just have a couple things set up here. Drag your camera into the game, and then go to the room settings here. I have my here, actually, let's go back into the camera. I forgot I'm not actually using that amount anymore. I'm going to do 240 by 135, so it's more zoomed in. And in the room, I'll hit viewport 0 and make sure you enable viewports and select visible for viewport 0. Put the cam width and cam height into the camera properties. And then in the viewport properties, I just put 1280 by 720, which will be the window size, or the actual resolution that this will be upscaled to. Now that you have that, go back into the camera object, and what we're going to do is make a variable called zoom equals 1. And what this is going to do is pretty much multiply our width and height by zoom to get and scale the actual image. So to run this game, it will be zoomed in, but it's not following the player here, which is not ideal for what we need. So we're going to go back, and we're also going to make a variable called cam shake amount equals 0. And then also cam shake equals, actually, no need to do that. Just cam shake right there. And now, cam shake magnitude. I'm just going to call cam shake mag. And I'm going to put this to 1, for example. This is going to be how severe is the camera shake. So now, if we go to the step event, we are going to... Oh, sorry, I completely forgot another thing. Do follow equals O player. And this is just going to be the object we're going to be following. So if follow is not equal, not equal to undefined, so, or no one, because we're talking about an object. So if follow is not no one, then we need, then we know what we need to follow. So, sorry, gosh. Also, one more thing. We're going to add underneath these X2 and Y2. And I'm just going to set these to X and Y. Gosh, my throat is not cooperating today. Now, we do X2 equals follow.x. And then Y2 equals follow.y. And then we will do X equals lerp x to x2 by 0.1 multiplied by global.dt in my case, because I'm using delta time. But if you do not have any kind of delta time conversion, just do 0.1. And then we're just going to copy this again. Just like so. And then also with the X2 and Y2, we also want to do a mouse check. So for how far the mouse is away from the camera. So we're going to do plus length dir x. This is going to be the length. So it's going to be mouse x. I believe this is right. Mouse x minus or follow x. And then in direction, point. Oops. Gosh, I don't know why I filled that. Point direction from follow.x, follow.y, and then mouse x, mouse y. And we're getting an error in here. Oh, there we are. I need to do the minus. And now we're just going to take this exact same thing that's in there, the plus length dir, except we're going to change it to plus length dir y, a follow y, mouse y, follow y, mouse y. Oh, sorry, xy, 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 xy. Perfect. Now, if we were to run this, it will do nothing still because we have to apply the changes. So we're going to say camera set position. Now we're going to do view underscore camera and then in square brackets 0. And then we're going to say x minus cam width multiplied by zoom divided by 2. And then the exact same thing, but with the cam height and y. Now, if we were to go ahead and run that, we will see the... Ooh, we're having a couple issues with the follow here. So, oh, here's the issue. It's applying it right there. Y to Y2. Now it should... Ooh, we're still having a couple issues with this. Do I have these inverted, maybe? Follow dot x and mouse x. You know, just to make this easier on ourselves here, we're going to do a variable above this called mouse dist equals point distance from follow.x, follow.y to mouse x and mouse y. Now, that'll just give us the distance we need. And instead of doing this huge thing right there, we're just going to take out that and just do mouse distance. And var mouse direction equals, and we're just going to put point direction, all this stuff here and here, just to keep it nice and organized, I guess. It's a good way to put that. And we're going to put that in both those. Now, it should still be a little bit weird, but it is taking it from the distance, if you see there, and following the mouse, which we're not trying to necessarily do that. What we have to do is clamp the amount. So under mouse dist, we're going to say mouse dist equals clamp mouse dist from 0, let's just say, to 50. This will still be pretty extreme, but it lets us snap the camera to that position. And it's still a little bit iffy So let's now take this divided by 100, and then I'm going to set a high number for this just to see what we're working with here. Yep, it's just very, very subtle now. I'm just going to change that to a lower number. It's still working a bit too little. That's probably a good amount there. Which this lets you look around just slightly. And if you look here with my character, my origin for my sprite is at the bottom. So I'm just going to set this value here with the Y of the camera, -6. Just so it is centered more with my screen. But your guys' player might be centered, so don't worry too much about that. Now that we have that, we need to incorporate the camera shake. So we'll do cam shake. If cam shake is greater than 0, then cam shake equals lerp cam shake 0.1, and for my case, global.dt. You don't have to do it that way. We're gonna say x plus equals cam shake, or sorry, irandom, or actually just random range instead of irandom range. Negative cam shake to cam shake, and then the exact same thing with the y. And if you run this now, it won't do anything because we're not setting camera shake. So let's say we started out at 10. Just like that. We now have camera shake when we set cam shake to a value above 0, and that is also dependent on the time and magnitude. Actually, it's not dependent on the magnitude yet. So we're going to multiply that by cam shake magnitude on each of those. Or I guess, just so we don't have to do that multiple times, let's do it right here, just so it multiplies the outcome. Just like that. Now, if I were to change the magnitude to, let's say, be 5, it should be really, really crazy. Yeah, just like that. So now, you have a camera with smooth tracking, mouse tracking, and cam shake. And with just a couple lines of code. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed, found this useful, it was just a quick little tutorial, and you guys want any suggestions at all for anything to make in Gamemaker, just let me know. Anyways, have a good one.